prepares you for chaos, scandal, and cardio.
A suspicious amount of cardio and copious amounts of therapy.
I'm Pixie, and today we're stepping into a prep academy where the uniforms are sharp, the secrets are darker, and apparently no one ever sleeps.
And I'm No-No, here wondering when these people have time for class, because it's definitely not a priority.
This is Heat Between the Sheets, where power, obsession, and extremely questionable decision-making all thrive behind elite school gates.
We've got rivalries, trauma, wild relationships, and enough tension to power the entire campus.
And some. And just when you think it can't possibly get more chaotic, it absolutely does.
Repeatedly.
Because at Highgate, it's not about fitting in. It's about surviving the madness and somehow keeping up with it.
And if you haven't read the series, stay for the banter, because this one, it's messy, dramatic, and completely out of control.
Before we step into elite academy drama, power plays, and an honestly concerning amount of extracurricular activity,
yeah, we need to talk about it.
This show is for entertainment purposes only. It's strictly 18 and older, and yes, there will be spoilers in this episode.
We'll be talking reverse harem dynamics, toxic behavior, bullying, and characters who make chaos their entire personality in every situation. Every situation is a situation.
Yeah, content warnings were covered right up front in this episode, and you can always find the full list at hbtspodcast.com.
Like, at what point do we just call this a lifestyle?
If you can't handle the heat, don't meet the qualifications, or don't want spoilers, this is your one and only chance to step out before things get wildly out of pocket.
Still enrolling with us?
Incredible. You've been warned. This episode has stamina we cannot explain.
If toxic book boyfriends are your thing, welcome to the Chaos Readers Club. Make sure you're subscribed, following us everywhere, and sharing this episode with your fellow red flag collectors.
Red flag.
I know. We need a red flag.
We're going to get some.
We need a flag.
We're going to get some. And that leads us to...
Did you know?
You bet. You bet.
Curious to see what you come up with this one.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love that you never know.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
And sometimes it takes me by surprise. And sometimes I'm like, this is probably where she's going with that. But I never really know.
Like the last episode, you're like, oh, what?
Yeah.
All right. Did you know that teenage brains are biologically primed for impulsive behavior, especially when it comes to sex? The prefrontal cortex, which handles judgment, impulse control, and consequences, is still under construction until your mid-20s. Meanwhile, the reward center of the brain is fully operational and handing out dopamine like free samples at Costco.
Explains so much of my kids' teenage years. Yeah.
Probably many readers out there going, oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Dang kids.
So yes, teenagers experience strong sexual curiosity and urges. That's normal. What's also normal? Awkwardness, insecurity, miscommunication, emotional fallout, and absolutely zero long-term planning. Because while teens feel intense, they are not exactly known for their emotional regulation, time management, or group coordination skills.
For real.
Right?
Yeah.
And while people love to throw around the term sex addiction, what's actually happening in most teens is impulsivity plus novelty-seeking behavior. Their brains are chasing reward, not running a well-organized, ongoing multi-planner situation with flawless communication and zero consequences.
That's too many words for them to understand.
In reality, teen sexual behavior tends to be inconsistent, experimental, and heavily influenced by social pressure, hormones, and, let's be honest, questionable decision-making. not precision, not strategy, not whatever level of organization that kind of situation would require. Now, let's bring in boarding schools because reality is about to ruin the fantasy.
Okay.
Sorry. There are roughly 300 to 400 boarding schools in the United States, many of which are co-educational. However, they are not just roaming freely like it's a reality dating show.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're talking strict supervision, separate dorms, curfews, sign in out policies, and staff monitoring. Because shockingly, putting a bunch of teenagers together without rules would immediately turn into chaos.
How come it never happens like that in any of our books? Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. Yeah. Nothing like that.
Students at these schools are typically a mix of wealthy families, international students, athletes, and academically driven kids. Enrollment is usually small, a few hundred students, which means everyone knows everyone. Staff are heavily involved, and privacy is limited, very limited. So while fiction paints boarding schools as these unsupervised playgrounds of wealth, power, and unlimited extracurricular bonding, real life looks a lot more like structured schedules, adult supervision, and consequences showing up right on time.
Mm-hmm. I believe
Because
it.
in real life, teenagers are impulsive, but institutions are not. And no amount of money magically removes supervision, consequences, or the basic reality of adults whose entire job is to make sure you don't turn the dorms into a full-time social experiment or an orgy.
Orgy. Yeah, I was going to say AKA orgy. Yeah.
You're welcome. Did you know?
Did you know our books? That never happens in any of our books.
Not once.
No. But then would we
Ever.
read them if it did? Probably not.
No, but that's why I said the reality was going to ruin the fantasy.
Yeah.
Sorry. But that, at least now people know what really happens in these boarding schools.
They sound awful and stuffy.
I didn't even realize the United States had so many.
Right?
But yeah, apparently we have 300 to 400 of them.
Ew.
I didn't know we had that many rich people around
No.
with kids that they put in boarding schools. But I guess if I had money, I'd put my kid in one.
Well, we don't know because we don't ever see them because we live on the other side of the tracks.
Yeah, I don't have that kind of, like I said, if I had the money,
Yeah.
I'd have put my kid there too. Sorry, kids.
Yeah. Not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. All right. With that, lovely, did you know? Please tell us about our books.
Okay. This is it. This is the Highgate Preparatory Academy by Rosa Lee. Book 1, Captured. It's over there. Captured? Not captured.
Wait, are these out of order?
Yep.
Sorry. Let's put these in order.
Book 1 is captured.
Sorry. I don't know why I thought
And
it
I
was
will
bound.
point to it now.
Captured, bound, and then released.
Released, yeah.
Sorry, I flip-flopped. My
Okay.
bad.
It's all right. It's been a long day already. All right. Lily's life changes in an instant. One drenched in blood. And suddenly she's shipped off to Highgate Preparatory Academy, a prestigious,
Prestigious.
thank you, school for the rich, powerful, and deeply corrupt. There she meets the Black Knights, Loki, Jax, Kai, and Ash. Beautiful, broken, and dangerously magnetic, they pull her into a world where power rules, secrets run deep, and nothing is ever as it seems. Their connection is immediate and intense, but so is the darkness surrounding them. As Lily is drawn further into their orbit, she begins to realize that these boys aren't just hiding scars. They're hiding truths that could destroy everything. And at Highgate, even the knights answer to the kings that are far more dangerous. Okay, book 2 bound. Lily is no longer on the outside looking in. She's fully entangled in the lives of the Black Knights, hearts and all. But love at Highgate isn't simple, and holding on to all of them may come at a cost she's not prepared for. As the past begins to resurface, and long buried secrets unravel, Lily and the boys are forced to confront the demons that shaped them. Trust is tested, loyalty shift, and the lines between love, control, and survival blur even further. Because in a world where power and pain go hand in hand, wanting everything might mean risking it all. Book 3, released. Everything comes to a head as Lily and the Black Knights face the consequence of the world they've been pulled into. The truth is no longer hidden, and the cost of survival has never been higher. To defeat the monsters threatening to destroy them, they must embrace the darkness within themselves, even if it means losing pieces of who they used to be. Love, loyalty, and vengeance collide as the final battle unfolds. Because at Highgate, no one escapes untouched, and sometimes the only way to survive is to become just as ruthless as the world trying to break you. And then we have a prequel, Hunted. One word changes everything: pregnant. Laura Darling's life fractures the moment she realizes she's carrying a child in a world that was never safe to begin with. Surrounded by wealth, power, hidden cruelty, she is forced to run, leaving behind the dangerous life she once knew in search of something better. London offers her a chance at that fresh start. Though through dance, she finds a sense of freedom, control, and pieces of herself she thought were lost. For the first time, there's hope, safety, friendship, and the possibility of a future that doesn't feel like it's dictated by fear. But the past doesn't stay buried. No matter how far she runs, the darkness she escaped is never far behind, and the life she's trying to protect may be the very thing that draws danger back to her. Hunted is a raw and emotional prequel that reveals the origins of Violet/Laura's and Lily's story, where survival comes at a cost, love isn't enough to save you, and not every story is meant to have a happy ending. Word. Dun dun dun.
So 3 books and a prequel.
Yeah.
All right. Main character descriptions. We have Lily Darling, fierce, outspoken, and refuses to be broken, even when surrounded by monsters in expensive suits. She walks into chaos and somehow becomes the center of it. Ash Vanderbilt. Dark, dominant, and built on control, he leads with power, hides everything underneath, and feels far more than he'll ever admit. Kai. Quiet, intense, and always watching. He doesn't say much, but when he does, it matters, and usually cuts deep. Jax, the smooth-talking troublemaker with a reckless streak. Charming on the surface, dangerous underneath, and never as carefree as he pretends to be. Loki, the unpredictable one. Sharp, chaotic, and emotionally volatile. He thrives in the shadows and keeps everyone guessing. Julian Vanderbilt.
Barf.
Powerful, calculating, and always 10 steps ahead. The kind of man who doesn't just play the game, he controls it. Laura Darling, a.k.a. Violet Rochester. Lily's mother, living a life built on survival and secrets, strong, damage, and shaped by choices that echo into her daughter's world. Enzo, loyal, dangerous, and deeply embedded in the darker side of this world, the kind of ally you want, unless you're on the wrong side of him. Tom, quietly present but never insignificant, he moves in the background, observing more than he lets on. He's the driver.
You okay?
Sorry, meant to add that. Adrian Ace. Confident, sharp, and effortlessly dangerous. He carries himself like someone who knows exactly what he's capable of and isn't afraid to prove it. He's known as Lily's uncle, so to speak. Mr. Black. Authority wrapped in intimidation. Cold, controlled, and part of the system that keeps Black Knight Corp running the way it does. Ryan. Calm, capable, and built for violence when needed. He's the kind of man you want on your side and never on your bad one. Lexi, bold, outspoken, and never afraid to stir the pot. She says what others won't and thrives in the chaos around her. Mr. Gray, mysterious, calculating, and always watching. Another piece of the power structure that operates behind the scenes, and nothing about him is accidental. Okay.
It's a lot, guys. It's a lot.
So I laugh because I read this series a year ago and for some reason loved it. Absolutely loved it. Enough that I ordered it and I've met Rosa Lee in 2024 and bought books from her. Maybe I read this sooner. I can't remember when I got this one, but 2 years ago, maybe. I don't even know. I've ordered a lot from her. I love Rosa Lee. I do. So when I read this, I loved it. I ordered it, met her at the Vegas convention in 2024 and again in 2025. So these are autographed copies from her. So we decided to read this for this episode. And so when I reread this series, I'm reading it and this time around wondering why did I like this book series. So
explain.
Yeah. Like we've talked about in other episodes, when you read something, you like it, you read it again, you don't like it, it's a mood thing. Like, I don't know. Like, you look back at things and you're like, I don't know. Weird. So I've talked in other episodes about how I despise books with excessive sex.
Maybe that's why you dislike it, because that's all these fucking books are. So much sex that it's actually, like, I started skipping some shit. Like, I don't need to read this again.
I can't tell you how much sex there is in these books because it literally starts with sex in chapter 1.
Yep.
And it's in every single chapter, in every single book. Literally. That's why in our intro and in our ad drop and stuff, we talk about how there's no sleep. Do they go to class?
Yeah.
That's all they do is have sex. All the time. It's excessive. It's an exorbitant amount of sex. Not that there's anything wrong with it. If you want to read a book with a lot of sex, here you go. And I'm not saying the sex scenes aren't great, because they're hot. 100%. They're fucking phenomenal.
And you got 4 different guys, so you get to choose the style that you like. So, and
Correct.
They're all kind of different. Yeah.
All 4 of them have different styles of sex. And then you get into multiple people at one time. And then you get into, this is not reverse harem. This is a wide choose. There is sword crossing. So you get into that aspect as well. So you said, and normally when I get into books where there is so much sex, I too will skip. But literally because every sex scene was so different, I wasn't skipping, which why it took me so long to freaking reread this series. Because as you can see, these books are not small.
They're not thin, yeah.
They are not. For some reason, the only one that's small is the 3rd book released, and obviously the prequel.
Because they literally could have kept this at 2 books, cut out the 3rd book, cut out some stupid situations, and cut out half the sex, and we would have been good.
Yeah, the exorbitant amount of sex, it was unreal. It was a little bit OTP.
Mm-hmm.
OTP. And that was what was the turn off for me, at least this time. And maybe the first time I read it, I didn't mind it, or I skipped through. I don't know. The story and the drama that was going on, that was great. Absolutely loved the backstory and the almost kind of like secret society type thing.
That was interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, that was great. And the secrets and those types of things, and how Julian was teaching them all a lesson individually by exposing such horrible things. And the thing, it was just awful. Like, talk about bullying to the extreme. Like, that was some fucked up stuff. Great though. I loved that aspect of it, but I think it was the sex that I was just like, it was excessive is not even the right word. I don't even know if there's a word beyond excessive for that, because it was so much. So in the story, she's from London. Lily is from London area, England. And her mom is a stripper at a club called Gray's. And it's just her and her mom. And her mom's been dating the club bouncer, Ryan, for many years. But
they won't get married.
Yeah. And basically they've been together since she was born, because she was born over there. And Lexi is her mom's best friend, also a dancer at Gray's. So they've all been this tight little unit. And her mom has been comfortable. Her mom gets paid very well at Gray's. And so she grew up in that environment, and they live a happy, comfortable life. But her mom was very strict, would never let her have social media. Was very strict on that aspect. And she had a fight with her mom. And the day she had a fight with her mom, she left the house. And when she came home, her mom had been murdered in their kitchen, stabbed 47 times. It's
funny that you remember this number. Yeah.
I read the prequel. Did you?
I did not. You know how I feel about prequels, and you know how I feel about.
Okay,
this is too small.
This prequel was probably the best thing in the entire series.
What?
Yeah. So the prequel is about her mom, and there's really no sex in it, and it gives you an entire backstory about Adrian and her. How she escaped, how she got involved at Gray's, and why her and Ryan won't get married, what Ryan's backstory is. There was like a real story there. And then what happened and how Adrian murdered her, and then literally all the way up into her death, and the last thing she thought of and when she died, and how she was leaving Lily behind.
Okay.
That was such a great story that I wish more of that was incorporated into these books. That type of story, and less of the sex.
Okay.
Like, that was so good, because I got so much more information out of this prequel than I did from the rest of these stories. It was insane.
Okay.
So she was stabbed 47 times, and so that's how she found her mom. And when she wakes up, she's in the hospital, and then she's constantly sedated for like 3 weeks, wakes up again at Adrian Ace's house, who declares to be her uncle. Well, her mom never talked about an uncle, so she was like, whatever, I guess she was estranged from him, whatever. And he decides to send her to Colorado to Highgate Prep, where he went to school. So he sends her there. Well, when she gets to the school, she's in an Uber, mind you, she's in the United States, and the Uber driver's trying to cop a feel, so she goes off on him, and he throws her out of the Uber with her luggage in the rain, and so she's hauling it up the walkway, so she's late getting to the school. And so hook-nosed dude that opens the door, whatever his name is, I don't even remember, is like, you're late, and she's like, sorry, my flight was late, and he's like, I don't care. Like, so he takes her to her room. And her dorm room, when she gets there, she's like, ooh, like, this is fancy. Like, she's very, like, in awe over everything she's seeing. So she walks in, it's late, no one's around. So she's like, I need a shower. Like, I'm fucking soaked. So she finds the bathroom, and she's like, I don't think my roommates will mind if I use their shampoo and stuff.
Yeah.
I remember this. And she's like, until I get my stuff. So she's in there, and she turns... the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Like, this is how no respect she has for her roommates, first of all. And she turns her phone on, and she just starts belting out singing at the top of her lungs, whatever. And she's shampooing, butt naked in the shower. And when she turns the shower off and opens the door, she's standing there butt naked, and there's Loki in the doorway.
With a big ass smile on his face.
Hey, hot stuff. Like, yeah, baby, keep singing. I'm all for it. You want some of this D? I got some for you.
He's the big flirt of the group.
Total flirt. Yeah. She's like, literally, she was just literally dumbfounded. So he gets a towel, and he starts drying her off. And I'm just like, I'm reading this going,
well, she's dumbfounded at first, but then she's just like, sure. I was like, wait, what? All right.
Yeah. And I'm like, wait, you're just standing there butt naked, letting this stranger dry you off. And then he yells, boys, the new roommate's here. And she starts thinking, what do you mean, boys?
Yeah.
What the fuck? So she comes out of the room in a towel. And of course, the rest of the guys come out and they're all like, well, I shouldn't say all of them are standoffish, but
quite a few.
What's his name is? Ash. Why do I always forget the names?
Kai is still kind of standoffish,
yeah,
but that's just his personality.
Kai is very quiet. He's the tech nerd of the group. Jax is a big, like, He-Man type guy, and he's the fighter.
Yeah.
And he's standoffish. Loki is the jokester, fun guy, but Ash, he's their leader, and he's very like, fuck you,
get out. Yeah,
we have an extra room, but nope, you can't have that room, you are not, find somewhere else to stay. And she's like, I can't. He's like, I don't give a fuck, find somewhere else to stay.
Yeah, he comes straight at her.
And Loki's like, that's okay, baby girl, you got my room and bed to sleep in. She's like, okay. And I'm like, what? You're okay.
You're cracking me up that you're like, this is throwing you off.
Yeah. I'm like,
no.
A dorm room full of 17-year-olds, and your mom just got murdered. You walked in on her, you don't know who the murderer is. You got shipped to another country. This is all within 6 months. And there's no grief still that I'm seeing yet. And you're just like, okay, let's go have sex now. And I'm just like, I'm baffled right now. This is how I'm feeling reading this book, going, please tell me this gets better.
The first time or this last time?
This time.
Girl.
So yeah, they get into the bedroom and they
I feel like you went from, because you said you loved it.
The first time.
Your outlook on life these days is jaded, which is funny. I don't know. Because like this, I feel like this would be exactly what you would like. Yeah.
Well, I like the bully and the mean stuff, but the stupidity.
Like, no, you got like a badass main female character that's like, I don't give a fuck about anything, and yeah, I want to have sex, so that's what I'm gonna do.
But it's the stupidity. I'm baffled by the stupidity. So, but because none of it makes sense. I think things to make sense, at least a bit.
You're killing me, Smalls.
Just a little, please make it make sense. It's a little bit. Please. So
I don't need it to make sense. So I'm okay with it. It's fine.
I'm okay living in the fantasy land, but just, can we have a little bit of reality? Just a hint.
I'm having no sex, so I'm like, good for her.
Either.
Good for her. Like, have it all. Have it all for me, sister. Have it all. Good for you.
So, anyway, here we have round one, where Loki goes out of his way to make sure she's extremely loud while fucking him so that everyone can hear.
They don't fuck. He just goes down on her.
Well, you
he
know
just
what
pleasures
I mean.
her.
Like, whatever,
yeah.
so that he knows, they all know she's getting off to him. Like,
yeah.
He's asserting dominance.
Yeah, he is. Get it, Loki. Like, I'm okay with this plan.
Okay. And then it just goes from there. It just doesn't stop.
It's a lot of sex.
And then they go down to the office the next day. You know, Ash is like, we need a new room. She's like, nope, there's no other rooms. You have to keep her. What? I'm sorry. What?
I'm just going to sit here and watch you struggle. I mean, you're on the struggle bus, and I'm sitting here watching you drive the struggle bus, and I'm like, this might be the best day of my life. You go ahead. Go ahead with your bad self. Let's hear it.
Why? Why does a school accept a student when there's no space and then proceed to put minors of the opposite sex in the same room? I get it again. We're in fantasy land.
These are the things you're hung up on? These are the things?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, obviously we know strings have been pulled, money, whatever. So that's why they're like, nope, she has to stay in that room. Like, I mean, I get that, but it's stupid. Because I've read other Academy books where they had like the dominant man and then the chick who was forced to go to the school, but she had her own room, but they manipulated a situation to force her into their room. But it wasn't like the admin was involved in saying, yep, that's where she has to stay. And that's where my hang up is. The admin is like, nope, the 17-year-old has to stay with the 17-year-old boys. Y'all have to share a room together. No sex though, okay? Keep it in your pants. What? I'm just...
Continue.
That's all I had on that. Because it just doesn't stop.
What else? What else irritates you about these books? Let's hear it.
That's the biggest one, is the fact that there's all this, and then the uncle, ships her off, right? And then, there's more. I got more. She loses her mom, her ride or die mom, or best friend, whatever, after having her last words to her mom are, fuck you. That was what she said to her mom when she walked out the house, right? And comes back to find her mom murdered, right? And she expresses, and this is where book 1 starts at 6 months after the murder. And you have not expressed any real grief. You haven't talked about the funeral that you clearly didn't attend. Like, what? You talk about the fact that Ryan and Lexi have just abandoned you, but then that gets left in La La Land. Like, you just kind of like, well, that just happened, but let's fuck some more. Let's just fuck it all away.
Okay. So, what really happens is she ends up kind of in a fractured reality after her mom's murdered, and she goes away, misses the funeral, comes to the school. Yeah, starts off right away with these boys, but it does end up talking about how she has pushed away her grief. Ash makes her face it at some point.
Yeah, in book 3.
Okay. But he makes her, and I get that because I've seen that with so many people. They completely push it away, and sex is one of the biggest things they're going to use to push it away with. One of the biggest. So this all makes sense to me. She completely fractured her own reality and mind, went to the loony bin, and then came out and was like, okay, I am not even going to think about this. Like, totally get it. So, okay, I guess, sure, you're fine.
No, I understand that people are going to use sex as a form of I get that. I do. But it doesn't really talk about, like, any attempts to really reach out to Lexi and Ryan. She just kind of is like, they just quit talking to me. They just disappeared. Well,
I think
what did you do?
Covers it very, like, quickly. It kind of covers it, and then it doesn't touch on it again.
Yeah, I mean, it's just...
But
it's
I got the whole impression that she was pushing all of that aside. Like, she's associating them with her mom, and so at this point, anything associated with her mom, she is pushing aside.
I just feel like massive trauma was introduced, but minimal emotional processing is shown. So
until it is.
Big reactions are missing where they should exist.
Until it is.
But it takes too long for the book world. Like, that's just me, though.
Okay.
But remember, this is my second pass through. The first time I read it, I was fine.
First time you're like, I love her.
I loved it.
I hate her. I don't know. Yeah.
And I don't know why I loved it the first time around, but I can tell you why I didn't like it the second. I didn't hate it. I just didn't love it.
Okay.
struggled with the boys' immediate acceptance of her. For a group of guys who struggle with trust, they just took her in with no questions asked, really. They knew nothing about her, and they just kind of
like took her in being into the room.
All of it.
I disagree. I disagree.
They know nothing about her, nothing at all. They don't know anything at all about her. And they've took her into their home, basically, into their room. They're having sex with her.
Yeah, because maybe it was just physical at first. Yeah.
But they still don't know anything about her. And they're still, I mean, they should have just said, sleep on the couch until this is sorted.
Well, why would Loki do that when he can get some?
He can still get some. She's on the couch.
Okay, got it.
That's what I'm saying.
Got it.
Why does he need to have her in the room? Like, he literally unpacked her shit and moved her into the fucking room before Kai got any info. Like, it was weird. I don't know. This is my feeling. It's just my feelings.
Ah!
Don't negate my feelings.
I am loving this. I am loving that you are, like, so adamant that you hate these books.
I don't.
I'm not really a Rosa Lee fan. You know this.
And
you're like, I love Rosa Lee, and then now all of a sudden you decided you don't like her on this pass? That cracks me up.
And the funny thing is I really see a lot, and I've only met Rosa Lee twice, and obviously just watching her interact with, while I was in line, like watching her interact with people and her male cover models and some of her Instagram stuff. Like, I don't know Rosa Lee, obviously, but just the few interactions I've had with her, I can kind of see a little bit of Lily or Rosa in Lily. I can see a little bit of Rosa in the character Lily. And maybe that's what she had done, is drawn some of her own personal into that character.
And it's funny because she has another series, the Shadows series, where the two of them, the Shadows are introduced in the third book on this. Two of them end up being her bodyguard when she's with her uncle. But yeah, so the Shadows series has a female main character that I think you would just hate, because she's like super innocent and sweet and kind of weak, and like I would think you would think she's weak. She's nothing like Lily.
Too much of a pushover.
Yeah. And I think you would, but I love that series. And so I thought, well, sure, she's going to love this series because Lily's a little badass. Like, she gives zero fucks about what people think about her. Yeah.
And see that's the other thing with Lily. She kind of just flip-flops a lot too. So she has moments where she's like terrified of Julian, but then she stands up to him. I'm like, wait, what? What just happened? Like, and she does this with other adult characters where she's weak or whatever, but then all of a sudden she just like gets a hair up her ass and she's all of a sudden super mouthy, and I'm like, where'd that come from?
Okay.
So that kind of bothered me. Like, pick a lane, and because it doesn't show like why she became that way, and all of a sudden she like gets really smart with something, and I'm like, what? Where'd that come from? Like, you ain't that smart. And another thing.
Let me see. Where's your list? Hey. I feel, you know what I feel like? I feel like we're doing the whole King and Nero thing all over again.
Well, so but all of these books followed the whole heavy spice, trauma stacking, unrealistic plotting by teenagers thing all the way through. And then another thing that bothered me was that there's underused characters. Like, why are we introducing characters that are underused. Why are they here?
Yeah, I can see that.
And
Like, I think she tried really hard to get like this many books out of it. When I said it really could have been condensed into two. Take out the massive amount of sex scenes, take out some of those. Take out just some stuff that I thought, yeah, this really didn't matter.
So like
combine it into two.
Yeah, like the underused characters. Like, why are we introducing Amber into this whole story? Why is she there? Why do we care? She became Loki's fiance for a minute, and then Lily asserts dominance, and then she's gone.
Yeah.
What was the point? Done. Mr. Grey, why was he really even brought up and stuff? Even in the Hunted prequel, he was brought in, and in the prequel, he's this very powerful club owner, and he protects his employees, his dancers, and you need someone taken care of, I'll take care of it. He makes that very clear. But then that's the end of it.
Okay.
Like, we don't elaborate on that. Okay, why did we even make that a point? Because it's never utilized anywhere. Mr. Black. Why is he so important?
He's really not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's a part of Black Corporation. He introduces himself to Lily. Is very appreciative of her, whatever. And in The Hunted, he's the one person that from Black Knight Corp that sees Lily dancing while she's pregnant and goes to her incessantly, tips her highly or whatever, and tells her, I'll never bring Julian back here again because he was there once and she freaked out. And he was like, I'll never bring him back here again. Like, what is your role? Like, why are you so important? Why are you here?
Okay.
Nothing to do with them. Like
I said, I think there was some stuff that could be taken out that you're just like, didn't need it and didn't need the sex scene again.
Yeah, it just makes the world feel bigger or just unfinished.
Yeah.
My favorite, like I said, out of all of these was the prequel. It was story-driven, character depth, and had purposeful connections. Adrian and Violent are actually developed in that, and the backstory feels intentional.
Okay. I like the books. I like the books. A lot of sex. Like I said, this is my second time reading it, so I kind of got to the point where I just kind of skimmed through those real quick and didn't concentrate on them. But I liked the characters. I liked what you found out about the characters and why they were the way they were. I liked that. Yeah.
So you know how,
and I like if you move on and you follow the shadows, I like them too. So
you know how I talk about how it frustrates me that you have these teenagers that plot these things and these elaborate schemes, right? Like, that drives me nuts. Well, for these individuals, these boys, even though they're 17, just turning 18 years old, they've been trained since preteen age, since they were like 12 or younger, 10, 11, 12 to 14, to be proactive, to be manipulative, to be calculating. They've been trained to be this way, okay? So it makes sense that they're able to plot manipulative schemes. That makes sense. What I did appreciate out of this was that they were doing these plotting things and still failed at them because their Julian was better at it.
Yeah.
He was more experienced. So I appreciated the fact that they still failed. Like, they weren't always successful at these elaborate plots, right?
Until they were,
What irritated me was that Lily made a plotful scheme and was successful.
Well, women are smarter than men.
Not her. The only saving grace to that was that she had the help of Ryan, who's a mercenary.
Yeah.
That is the only saving grace to that. But even still, one mercenary going against the Black Knight Court people, slightly unbelievable.
Okay.
So those were the things that kind of frustrated me a little bit on the storyline aspect of it. But I do appreciate that she gave the feeling that, you know, they were believable on their plot scheming because of how they were raised. That made sense. Their trauma from their childhood, that was fucked up.
Yeah.
And at least made sense into why each one is the way that they are. Like why the fighter is the way why he fights.
Yeah.
Why Ash is so closed off and in charge of everyone. Why Kai is the way he is, and why Loki is the way he is. You know, because they're trained into the way they are. It was fascinating, and and the fact that she was able to get, is his name Jax? Fighter, get him off of
the
steroids. I was like, you're telling me none of you could think to send him to rehab? It took her to suggest it? Like, what is happening right now? But whatever. I guess they're all living in their own bubble of trauma. And
I think,
not that she doesn't have her own trauma, obviously, but
as weird as it sounds, like if I'm trying to think when my sons were this age, if one were to come home and tell me, yeah, my friend's on steroids, like as a mother and as a woman, I'd be like, well, we need to help. And he'd be like, no, we don't. That's their thing. Like, that's just such a young
This is
boy
true.
thing.
This is true. I absolutely agree. It's a motherly female instinct on normally.
Like, they'd be like, he's coping the way he wants to cope. Let him do it. Like, yeah.
Agreed.
But then they also appear so not like teenage boys.
Yeah, and they're also very supportive of each other too. So like when Kai's trauma came out because Julian exposed it to the entire world. What happened to him, and they were all like, "Oh my God, why didn't you tell us? We would have been there for you." Well, why aren't any of you telling each other anything? Because all of you had something jacked up happen to you. Why are you making him feel like he had to tell you when Jax didn't tell you what happened to him, or, you know, Loki didn't tell you what happened to him? Like, all of them had their own bubble of issues, and no one was communicating. Like, clearly communication, which is a running thing. Like,
where they're like, we have a brotherhood. Well, we don't actually talk about, like,
we have each other's backs, but we just don't talk about things.
We don't actually know what that means.
Exactly.
Having each other's backs, because
exactly. But Kai's BDSM kink, his need to tie down, beat, control the entire sexual situation makes total sense. However, I have issue with his knowledge, ability, and control of that level of it at a 17-year-old age.
Okay.
Because... But then again, clearly they're not going to class. So, and he's the tech nerd.
Sure they are. So you see them all the time walking to class. I'm walking to class, or I'm studying, and then they're fucking.
They apparently are only going to one class a day out of the 18 that they have scheduled. So he must be spending the rest of the time, or his time in class, online researching his BDSM stuff.
I don't know.
You have no answers to that?
I got no answers. Sure.
Okay. Yeah, so that was the only, like, I mean, as cool as it was, like, the things he knew and the control he had and stuff, when you really break it down to the fact that, holy shit, you're 17. I don't know any fucking 30-year-olds that can do what you're doing right now.
Good for you. Yeah.
I mean, and then Loki, I love him, but he also was 17, and I get you've gone through your trauma and stuff, but you have enough self-control to go to your male friend and have him whip you?
Because you need pain?
Because you need pain. Whip your own ass.
Whip. your own ass.
Get a belt, whip your own ass.
Okay.
I'm just saying, I find it weird.
Okay.
For a 17-year-old.
I find you a little judgy today.
It's not judging. It's just weird that a 17-year-old would do that when they won't talk to each other about their issues. But I'm going to go to my 17-year-old male friend and have him whip me because I need pain.
Oh, I love this. This is the best day ever.
I'm glad you're enjoying it because it makes zero sense to me.
I love it. I am here for this. I'm here to see, like, you're on the struggle bus. Like I said, I am eating popcorn watching you drive this struggle bus around the track. This is great.
Other notes do I have?
I don't even think I want to know.
I mean, okay, here we go. Here's another one. It's like a moral whiplash. Lily's contradictions. So she condemns violence. She judges the boys for it. Then she immediately flips when she wants revenge. Remember?
Yeah. But I'm thinking she's also a kid. Yeah. So I can see this. Weren't you just talking about the frontal cortex and,
yeah, I know.
and impulse control? Like, okay.
But all of this, okay, so she condemns them all for being murderers, basically, and all the things they did without even getting any information about what happened or how it became about or why they do what they do. None of that. Just immediate judgment. And then, as soon as something happens to her, she wants revenge and let's kill the motherfucker. And I want in on it. Oh. How about you ask the boys why they do what they do, you fucking psycho? Just saying.
There's so much hate in you right now. I kind of want to pet you. It's okay.
Don't touch me.
It's okay, my precious.
So the only thing that's holding it together, I'm going to give this some flowers, is the photo of her mother, why she's at Highgate, the boy's true role, the bigger conspiracy element.
Okay.
So was this mystery the only thing keeping me hooked? Yes.
Okay. I was like, you can answer that for your damn self, because at this point, I don't even know what's going to come out your mouth.
Do I think the series would have worked without it? No. This was porn.
Lots and lots of sex, like...
Oh, excuse me. It was erotica. Let's be real. It was just erotica.
It was a lot. I don't know how her vagina didn't fall off.
Okay, so when we hit book 3, it becomes full-on murder plots.
Yeah.
Framing board members. Pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
We get knocked up in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Trauma, identity switch, long-lost family, outsmarting everyone.
It's a lot. It's a lot that happens, yeah.
So at what point do you just stop questioning anything and go, okay, sure. In the beginning at chapter 1?
Chapter 1, yeah. I was like, oh, I'm just going to be here for the ride. Yeah.
I don't think I ever went, okay, sure.
Okay. I see that.
Was this entertaining chaos or did it completely lose you?
No. Entertaining chaos.
Yeah.
I was sucked in and being like, I got to find out what's happening and how this is going to end.
I think my face was this a lot. Did Lily turning into a badass mastermind feel earned at all?
Yes. No.
Fuck to the no.
I say no. I
to the
like when we have different opinions. I do.
Hell no, it wasn't earned. She spent her whole life gallivanting, living a normal person's life. The boys lived on the struggle bus forever, being tortured. And then she just comes in and saves the day with the help of Ryan?
She goes through her own shit. Don't listen to her.
No. No, bitch. Sit down. Sit down. You're second string. Sit down.
In the corner. I put baby in the corner.
Yes. Go sit in the dugout.
Okay. Okay.
Is Highgate Prep Academy a guilty pleasure you don't question or a series that falls apart the moment you look too closely?
Guilty pleasure you don't question. Just go for the ride. Enjoy the ride.
It falls apart the moment you look too closely.
Enjoy
Hence
the ride.
what happened to me.
Enjoy the ride.
I mean, if you just want to read it to get off to erotica, here you go. But I highly recommend reading the prequel after. Don't read it before. Read it at the end as it was designed. I don't know why it's called a prequel. I think. Anyway, read it at the end, but it was really insightful. Are you ready for some closers?
Sure.
I'm ready to wrap this bitch up.
Okay. I don't know if I can handle any more hate from you. Please, please. Ask me some questions.
Yes, this is going to be a Q&A session of who
Okay.
needs therapy first.
Oh, God. All of them.
So
Kai.
let's stop pretending anyone at this school is okay. Okay? We're going to rank or choose who needs therapy the most. Explain why. So we have Lily, Ash, Kai, Jax, Loki, Jillian.
Kai.
Kai, you said?
Kai. Absolutely Kai. Kai.
Why?
Because of the crap that he went through, which if you read the book, you'll find out what that is.
Some serious fucked up shit.
Kai.
I'm just going to say everyone, literally everyone
Yeah.
needs therapy.
If we're ranking them, though, Kai's number one. The rest,
But-
all of
but
them.
if we have to rank them in order, I'm going to say Kai as well.
Yeah.
Actually, Julian, but
He's a narcissist, isn't going to help him.
the problem
Yeah.
with that
Yeah.
is
Not going to do anything.
it's a waste of time. So he's just not getting therapy ever.
Yeah.
So we're just going to cross him off and just throw him
We're just going to kill him.
in the ocean with some concrete
Yes.
feet. If
Shark
you-
bait.
If you know what I mean.
know.
Okay, so
Kai.
we agree. Kai
Yeah.
is our first person getting therapy. Agreed. How about next?
I would probably say Ash.
Yeah, I'm with you on
And then
Ash.
I'm going to go with Lily.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ash, because of his trauma, his childhood fucked up abuse, because his father is Julian.
Yeah.
And then Lily, because finding your dead mom murdered at your feet.
And
after
then,
you
then some
end it
serious shit happens to her in book 3. Like,
with-
yeah. With the
Oh my God.
uncle.
The uncle
It's not the uncle.
is not really the uncle, which
Yeah.
is not even her father.
Yeah.
It's really fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gross.
Yeah.
Okay, and then
Probably Loki, because he needs to find out why he needs this pain.
not
And then-
Jax.
I'd probably put Jax last. Just because he did all right with his detox. Yeah.
I know it's probably Jax and
Yeah.
Loki are the last two there.
Yeah.
They struggle pretty close together. And would any of these actually go to therapy? Would any of them actually refuse it and say, I'm fine? Well, clearly not being fine.
Probably Kai and... Well, Kai might be able to be talking to Asher would
Ash.
deny.
Ash would not
Yeah.
go. He would not
Um,
go to therapy.
And the other would be swayed by Lily, I could see, but
Loki?
even Loki.
Loki would go, but he would have to be convinced.
Yeah. The
You could
others could be
sexually convince
swayed.
him.
Yeah. But Kai
Jax
would be
probably
hard
have to
and
be
Ash would be the
convinced.
hardest. Yeah.
Yeah, Jax would have to be convinced.
Yeah.
Loki would be swayed with sex. Kai would probably go just to make her happy.
Yeah. And Asher would
Asher just wouldn't go.
just make it a hard fucking time the whole way through.
Yeah,
but-
I don't think he'd do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
elite boarding school, or lawsuit waiting to happen.
Oh, God. Okay.
Is this believable elite school behavior or full legal disaster? For each scenario, decide elite boarding school, lawsuit waiting to happen, or straight to jail.
Okay.
Here's your prompt. Mixed gender boarding housing with no real supervision.
Elite boarding school.
Oh, that's a lawsuit waiting to happen.
No, that's how it works in our books, where these guys have so much money they run everything.
It's a lawsuit waiting to happen.
It's elite boarding school books.
Students controlling the power dynamics.
That's exactly how it happens in our books. Elite boarding school.
That's how it happens, but it shouldn't.
But it's a book. Thumbs up. Do it.
But is it believable elite school behavior?
Yes.
Oh my God, you're a disaster. Teachers ignoring obvious red flags.
Elite boarding school.
Oh my
Thumbs
God,
up.
that's freaking
This
lawsuit.
Okay, but you were okay with all this shit happening in the asylum with the fucking psychos?
Yeah,
No.
it's written differently. They weren't
No.
fucking every 3 pages.
Pretty much they were, yes.
They were not.
Yeah, they were.
Students acting like adults with no consequences.
Yeah, that's how
That's
elite
elite.
boarding schools work.
That's exactly it. Violence being handled internally.
Internally? I mean, that's the way they did it. So yeah, elite boarding school. Yeah.
Multi-partner relationship dynamics within the same group.
That's just good
Amazing.
writing. That has nothing to do with anything. That's perfect.
Zero real-world accountability.
That's elite boarding school. This is how the elites fucking work.
That's straight to jail. A pregnant student navigating all of this chaos. It's fucking annoying.
This is how it works there. Yeah.
The overall Highgate environment.
Elite boarding school.
The lawsuit waiting to happen is what that is. All right, last one.
Okay.
Trust fund or trauma response?
Okay.
Are these behaviors because they're rich or because they're emotionally wrecked?
Oh, okay.
So for each behavior, you're going to decide if it's a trust fund issue, a trauma response, or both.
Okay.
Okay. Their relationships.
Trauma response.
Yeah, I say trauma response. Their impulsive decisions.
Trust fund, because I think like the rich do. Yeah.
Agreed. Their need for control.
Trust fund.
I think it's both.
Okay.
Their lack of consequences.
Trust fund.
Absolutely. Their emotional reactions.
A little bit of both on that one. Yeah.
Yeah, agreed. Their decision making.
Trust fund.
Yep. Their attachment to each other.
Trauma response.
Yeah. And the last one, their overall chaos.
A little bit of both. Where they were raised and the shit that they had to go through to get there. Yeah.
Agreed. So, at the end of the day, are these people rich, traumatized, or completely unhinged?
Rich and traumatized. Final answer.
All 3. We hope you enjoyed today's episode of Highgate Preparatory Academy by Rosa Lee. See you next time.